Everyday Wisdom. A collection of quotes from the Prophet Muhammad. Give gifts to one another, for gifts take away rancor. Removal from the way of that which is harmful is charity. Every good deed is charity, and it is a good deed that thou meet thy brother with a cheerful countenance, and that thou pour water from thy bucket into the vessel of thy brother. The one among you who wakes up secure in his property, healthy in his body, and has his food for the day, it is as if the whole world were brought to him. Each and every one of you is a shepherd accountable for his flock. Silence shows wisdom, but few oblige. The best of you are those who are excellent in repayment of debt. Too much hilarity kills the spirit. Living thriftily is more profitable than certain trades. Souls are like mustard armies, the similar come together and unite, the dissimilar part ways. Most people take two blessings for granted, health and leisure. Hearts are conditioned to love those who are kind to them and to hate those who are cruel. Charity begins at home. A promise is a debt. Lessen your burden of sin, and you will be less terrified of death. Whoever imparts knowledge will have the reward of whoever acted upon it, without detracting from the reward of one who acted. Secure knowledge by writing it down, in order to remain for others. Be a good neighbor to those around you. Love for others what you love for yourself. Be generous with your children and teach them well. Love your friend with some restraint, for the day may come when he is your enemy. Hate your enemy with some restraint, for the day may come when he is your friend. Whoever does not thank people has not thanked God. There is no forbearance unless one has blundered, and there is no wisdom unless one has experience. The hour draws near, yet people become more and more greedy for this world, while it eludes their grasps more and more. I fear three things for my community when I am gone: a scholar's lapse, a tyrant's rule, and a capricious whim. Be moderate in seeking worldly things, for everyone will be facilitated for which he was created. The loveliest beauty is the beauty of the character. The strong is not the one who overcomes the people by his strength, but the strong is the one who controls himself while in anger. Worldly goods do not constitute wealth, True wealth is the wealth of the soul. Many who eat and give thanks earn greater reward than many who fast and endure. Hear me. Many short-lived pleasures bequeath long-lasting grief. A man's worst traits are intense avarice or unrestrained cowardice. The worst blindness is the heart's. The cure for ignorance is inquiry. Custom dictates that a man accompanies his guest to the door. A righteous companion is better than loneliness, and loneliness is better than an evil companion. A good writer is better than one silent, and one silent is better than an evil writer. Carrying through an act of charity is even better than embarking on it. God's love is assured for those who curb their anger when provoked. There is no superiority for an Arab over a non-Arab, nor for a non-Arab over an Arab. Neither is the white superior over the black, nor is the black superior over the white, except by piety. Half of living well is planning well. Conduct your worldly affairs with integrity and work hard for the hereafter. Greet your family and its prosperity will increase. Delayed payment by a rich person is an act of injustice. Speak good words to people. Blessed are those whose own faults distract them from the faults of others. Blessed are those who act on their knowledge by spreading it. The worst people will be the double-faced, people who appear to some people with one face and to other people with another face. Generosity should be requited. If it cannot be requited, it should be spoken of. To speak of it is to show gratitude for it. Those who seek and find knowledge get 2 rewards, those who seek and do not find it get 1 reward. Heal the sick by giving charity. Verily, God is gentle and He loves gentleness. He rewards for gentleness what is not granted for harshness, and He does not reward anything else like it. Try to set aside a secret store of good deeds. Those who seek divine direction will not fail, those who seek good counsel will not regret, and those who practice moderation will not want. Whenever a man forgives a transgression, God elevates his standing. Take advantage of any opportunity to do good, for you do not know when that door will close. Those who are held back by their deeds are not urged on by their lineage. Those who do not benefit from their knowledge are harmed by their ignorance. To emulate a group of people, is to become one of them. Those who wish to remain safe, should remain silent. Those who sow good, reap felicity, those who sow evil, reap remorse. Backbiting is talking about someone in a manner which he dislikes. If the person is actually what is said of him, then that is backbiting, but if he is not what is said of him, then that is slandering. Scarce but adequate is better than plentiful but distracting. Verily, there is heavenly reward for every act of kindness done to a living animal. Take advantage of 5 things before the arrival of 5 others: youth before old age, health before illness, wealth before poverty, leisure before occupation, and life before death. Always look at the person who has less than you, not the person who has more, and you will value God's favors to you. Be in this world as if you were a stranger or a traveler along a path. When a youth shows respect to the elder because he is old, God ordains that people show him respect when he grows old. Remember God in good times, and he shall remember you in hard times. Keep silent when roused to anger. Speak good words, or remain silent. That person is nearest to God, who pardons, when he has someone in his power, one who would have injured him. There is no poverty more severe than ignorance. Verily, gentleness is not found in anything but that it beautifies it, and it is not removed from anything but that it disgraces it. There is no wealth more useful than intelligence. There is no solitude more antisocial than conceit. There is no lineage better than good character. A true Muslim is one from whose tongue and hands mankind is safe. Be discreet in order to achieve what you want, for everyone who is blessed is envied. Show compassion to 3 persons: a wealthy man who has been ruined, a powerful man who has been humbled, and a learned man mocked by fools and dullards. Let what you know about yourself stop you from disparaging others. Do not curse the dead, or you will pain the living. Speak only good of those who have passed on. Man imitates his friends. Hence, you must consider them whom you want to befriend. Pay a worker before his sweat dries. No man will be ruined if he seeks counsel. Two kinds of people never have enough: seekers of knowledge and seekers of worldly gain. Half of learning is asking good questions. No man is a believer if he eats his fill while his neighbor goes hungry. There is no deed better than feeding the hungry. Having wealth is as much a test as losing wealth. Charity does not diminish wealth. Cleanliness is part of faith. Visit the sick and follow the funeral bier, they will remind you of the hereafter. Faith has two halves, gratitude and forbearance. A person's faith is right only when his heart is right, and his heart is right only when his tongue is righteous. The best of you are those who feed others and return greetings. Train your heart to gentleness. The best amongst you are those with best manners and character. The best amongst you are those who bring greatest benefits to many others. Be satisfied with what God has apportioned for you, and you will be the richest of people. The prophet, praise be upon him, heard a person lauding another person or praising him too much. Thereupon he said, "You have ruined the man." Do not belittle any good deed, even meeting your brother with a cheerful face. Give up what is doubtful to you for that which is not doubtful, for truth is peace of mind and falsehood is doubt. The strong man is not one who is good at wrestling, but the strong man is one who controls himself in a fit of rage. Those who overburden themselves with their faith will find it overwhelms them. If you get wind of the outbreak of plague in a land, do not enter it, and if it breaks out in a land in which you are, do not leave. None of you should say, "My soul has become evil." He should say, "My soul is in bad shape." Indecency does not leave anything untainted, and decency does not leave anything ungraced and embellished. A true believer does not taunt or curse or abuse or talk indecently. If you do not respect the elderly, show kindness to the young, command good, and forbid evil, you are not one of us. When 3 of you are together, 2 of you must not converse privately, ignoring the third till the number increases, lest the third should be grieved. Verily, God does not look to your bodies or your attire nor to your appearances, but he looks to your hearts and your deeds. Do not be jealous of one another, and do not nurse enmity against one another. He who deceives us is not one of us. Beware of debts, it distresses at night and humiliates by day. Beware of flattery, it is a form of slaughter. Beware of heated dispute, it exposes bad behavior and stifles good conduct. Beware of suspicion, for suspicion is the worst of false tales. Beware of envy, because envy destroys virtues as fire to firewood. Do not harbor grudges against one another, nor jealousy. It is enough for a man to prove himself a liar when he goes on narrating whatever he hears, not the truth. The worst of lies is to pretend to have seen something which he has not seen. Do not look for others' faults and do not spy one another. He who believes must either speak good or remain silent. It is said that when you take only one step toward him, he advances 10 steps toward you. But the complete truth is that God is always with you. One hour of meditation is sometimes better than 1 year of praying. One who can control himself when in anger, in passion, in fear, and in attraction is safe from the hands of the devil and the fires of hell. The signs of misfortune lie in 4 conditions: eyes that have never experienced tears, a heart that is cruel and hard, long chains of desires that never end, and wishing for an extremely prolonged life. If your words are truthful, if you are good-tempered, if you are moderate in taking food, and if you are trustworthy, then you are rich and should not regret the possessions that you may not have. These 4 qualities are enough possessions and wealth for a wise person. Wish for others whatever you wish for yourself. Belief, faith, is the knowledge of the heart, the words of the tongue, and the actions of the body. Righteousness is good character, and sin is what wavers in your heart and you hate for people to find out about it. Greet with peace those you know, do not know. When one of your servants brings your meal and you do not sit with him, then at least give him a portion or 2 because he has prepared it himself. When the human being dies, his deeds come to an end except for 3, ongoing charity, beneficial knowledge, or a righteous child who prays for him. The upper hand is better than the lower hand, the upper hand being the one that gives and the lower hand being the one that receives. Feed the hungry, visit the sick, and set the slaves free. Verily, among the words people obtained from the first prophecy are this: if you feel no shame, then do as you wish. If a judge makes a ruling, striving to apply his reasoning, and he is correct, then he will have 2 rewards, and if a judge makes a ruling, striving to apply his reasoning, and he is mistaken, then he will have 1 reward. The food of 1 person is enough for 2, and the food of 2 people is enough for 4, and the food of 4 people is enough for 8. The one who serves a drink to his guests should be the last to drink. The rider should greet those walking with peace, those walking should greet those sitting with peace, and individuals should greet a group with peace. If 3 people set out on a journey, they should appoint one of them as the leader. He who has an extra mount should give that to one who has no mount, and he who has surplus provisions should give them to he who has no provisions. Nothing is heavier upon the scale of the believer on the day of resurrection than good character. Beware of hatred, for it is the razor. I do not say that it shaves hair, but rather it shaves away the religion. When you are greeted with a greeting, greet with one better than it or return it in a like manner. No child can compensate his father unless he finds him as a slave, and sets him free. The most complete of the believers in faith are those with the best character, and the best of you are the best in behavior to their women. Verily, the worst shepherds are those who are harsh, so beware not to be one of them. Verily, among the greatest of struggles is a word of justice in front of a tyrant. O you who believe, fulfill your contracts. The signs of a hypocrite are 3: whenever he speaks he lies, whenever he promises he breaks his promise, and whenever he is trusted he betrays his trust. A believer is not stung twice from the same hole. Permission should be sought thrice. And if you are permitted, then get in, otherwise go back. Convey my message, even with a single verse. Trust in God, but tie your camel first. Seek knowledge from the cradle to the grave. Speak to everyone in accordance with his degree of understanding. Nobody has eaten better food than that one by his own labor. Who are the learned? Those who put into practice what they know. It is your attachment to objects which make you blind and deaf. Convey my message, even with a single verse.
Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen.
The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald.
It was the best of times, it was the worst of times.
The Art of War by Sun Tzu.